clutch ain't good. Well, maybe the timing's off just a tad. Just get me home, Puddin, just get me home. That's a cop. I better not put old Puddin out on the road quite yet. We'll test drive her in a minute. Right, y'all, not 100% positive where we left off. I know I was having issues, or maybe I didn't tell you, so I'll tell you now. I test drove the truck again yesterday. I had an issue. I told you about the whenever Nicole would rev the truck up, the line would break, and I was assuming at acceleration that was what was causing the truck to stutter. But when it stutters, it does something with the fuel system. So issue, did not have a clue what it was, so I took the sending unit out of the gas tank and took a magnet down to the bottom of the gas tank just to see if it was pulling up rust, thinking maybe at fast speeds the fuel pump is actually sucking up rust from the tank into the pickup hose and clogging it up. But there was a little bit of rust in the filter, but after I've cleaned the filter, there's been zero rust. So that was, just to me, seemed highly unlikely. So I didn't know if that's what it was. So when I did that, I found some really cool stuff. Now I've got a fuel pump. I'm gonna put a new fuel pump on it. I really don't know if that's what it is. Could be in the carburetor. I know when I rebuilt the carburetor, the Venturi, one of the Venturi hoses had a crack. One of the Venturi pickups in the carburetor had a crack. I can replace that. I highly doubt that's what it is. Could be fairly easy replacement. I have 50 of them in the shop or in the garage. So let me show you what I found. This is the top of the sending unit. Look down to where the float was, and this is what I saw. Look at that. I mean, that thing was rusted to the point, looked like somebody had put maybe some, I wonder what that is, JB Weld rubber, I don't know what it is. But I need to get one of these for sure. I want to test and see if the sending unit works. I really don't know. I may have to just purchase a whole sending unit, but I'm gonna test it now and see if it works. Let's do that. All right, to test if the sending unit works, one of the things that you have to do is, let me set this here. Hopefully you can see it. One of the things that you have to do is to make sure your wire going to the gauge is plugged up. I know this wire works. I'll show that to you in a minute as well. All right, so now what I want to do is ground. Now I have to ground this out. Now look at me, I'm holding this all the way up to the top like it was full. I'm actually doing this and see if the gauge is working, and it does not appear to be working. Let's make sure I get a good ground here. Nothing. All right, y'all, it's not working, but I'm one of those guys, if it's not working, if I tear it up, it's already not working. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove these tabs, straighten these tabs out, pull this off, see if I can make the rear stat in there. All it is you know, ground, and it just tells it as this moves, it actually runs on that ground. Maybe I can bend something in there and make it work. The way a fuel sending unit works, you got this here, this goes to the gauge, this is grounded. And of course, when the bottom end floats up, it moves this. You saw the inside. This may give you a better picture. When this goes up, this is empty, and this is full. Empty, full, empty, full. But look at this, it's a float out of a carburetor. If it floats it, which it should, empty, full. All right, I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna install it. I'm gonna call it good. Good-ish. Right, y'all, I've got the fuel sending unit installed back with the carburetor float fix. I'm going to turn the ignition on. If you turn the ignition on, you notice the fuel gauge does not move. Why? Because it's not plugged up. So I'm gonna plug it up. And we're gonna look here, and what is it doing? It is moving. Look at there, y'all. I'm just crazy that that works. But all it is simple science. If it works off of a ground, and it works off that rear stat that goes up and down, if you sand all of those connections, if you make sure that the tank is full, so I really won't know if it's just grounding itself out. I'm sure that's not what it is. So because I tested it coming up and down, it works. I've got a float ordered, but that's a float in it. So if I don't want to take it out, I really don't have to. So let's turn around and look at it again. Plugged up. Fuel gauge is sitting, well, like it's almost full. Maybe it is on that much of a tank, 1/8 of a tank, or what is that, 1/4 of a tank down. Wouldn't think so. Dun, dun, dun. All right, now just to see if I can resolve the problem peacefully. What I'm gonna do is remove this old mechanical fuel pump and reinstall a new mechanical fuel pump and see if I'm going down the road when I rev it up, get on the engine, if it still has the same problem. If it still has the same problem, it's something in the tank not allowing it to get enough gas, something in the carburetor or vacuum modulator on the transmission. I may even look and make sure that's plugged up, make sure that's not causing it to bog down. All right, old fuel pump. Can't really tell if it's bad or not. Some people have asked me, well, what do you torque your bolts to? And I torque mine to a little bit past yeehaw. I mean, I understand, and I know you understand what that is. I mean, if you understand the vernacular, you just get it tight and just go just a 1/4 turn past yeehaw. Because if you don't, if you go further, if you go 1/2 turn past yeehaw, you'll break the bolt off. If you go any less than that, they might come out. So 1/4 turn past yeehaw. All right, first crank with a new fuel pump. Seem to be pumping yet. All right, well, it's got that little air bubble in it. I really don't know, but it's got gas. I assume it's pumping. Well, this stayed running this long. All right, I'm gonna get all my tools up. We'll go give her a run. All right, we're gonna give the truck a little ride. Oh, I don't think I can go. Y'all see anything way over there? That's a cop. I better not put old Puddin out on the road quite yet. We'll test drive her in a minute. All right, Puddin's got brakes. Puddin's got a decent working motor, but Puddin was having an issue. I'd crank it up, I'd get her on the road, and boy, I'd get down on the accelerator, and when I would, it would like bog down, and it would not go. I checked my timing advance. Seemed like I wasn't getting enough vacuum. The only way that I figured it out, let me be honest with you. Have you ever done this? You have an issue with your automobile and you just start chasing things. Well, hey, that's what I did. I had the issue and I got to thinking, well, I guarantee you it's a gas issue. It's starving for gas. So what did I do? I started chasing hoses, undid all the hoses, got a new fuel pump. After I got a new fuel pump, I started chasing hoses, blew hoses out, lines out, made sure there was no clogs there. Wasn't getting anything into my really cheap fuel filter. I wasn't getting anything up to the fuel filter, but I was still worried and concerned there was an issue. So Nikki T, my beautiful bride, came out about 9 o'clock and we took the gas tank out of the truck. Now remember, there's only 3 bolts and 1 hose, and actually just slide it out. But I did not have I did not have a siphon hose. So I'm gonna very quickly go and share with you how I siphon the gas out of the truck. All right, y'all, this is very low light, and I don't really want to get gasoline in my mouth. So I'm trying to figure out a very quick way of siphoning all the gas out of the tank. I've got 10 gallons worth of tank to hold it, and I'm trying to get it out. So I'm gonna turn the camera around. So there's the two tanks. Here is the hose. I don't really have a siphon hose. I'm gonna shut this door. I really don't have a siphon hose here. So what I did is I put a hole right here, and I have my air gun. So I'm thinking if I get air going here really fast, hopefully it'll suck up enough gas that whenever I put this down, it'll actually start putting gas into the tank. So I'm gonna push this through here, blow a lot of air out that way, and hopefully it'll pick the gas up enough to start siphoning it out. Let's see if it'll happen. All right. So, hole there. I'm gonna blow the air this way. Look at there, y'all. All right, not much light. Let's see if it'll work this time. Woo, yes. A lot better. All right, y'all, look at there. That's how you get a siphon to work. There it is. No air, just get it started. When it gets started, don't let it stop. Now, y'all, that's ingenious, ain't it? Now, I don't want to lie to you. That was something that I have done before. Whenever I'm cleaning carburetors, before I got my spray tank, I saw that you can put a hose and put that nozzle through the hose, and it'll actually you know, suck up carbon, different things from whatever you're using as a medium. It'll actually suck it up, and it'll actually help. So I did that with other things and thought, hey, it'll work on this. And guess what it did? It worked really, really well. So I was able to do that. I only got about 5 gallons of about the 12 that was in there, but I thought, hey, I can pick up the rest. We got it out, and guess what? The gas tank's fine. No problem with the gas tank. So I put it all back together, get it all back together, put a new carburetor on it, rebuilt a different carburetor. Issue still there. Wasn't carburetor, wasn't gas, wasn't fuel pump. And then I noticed and remembered. I'm gonna take you over here. I'll turn you around. I'll turn you around and show you something. Do you see this here? Look at that. That is, that's not, as Vice Grip Garage says, that's not factory. That is something I had to do. Because this should go directly onto the PVC valve. It should go PCV valve. It should go down here. But I had to get a 302 because they did not have it, and this was a hole. I think this was an issue that was causing all the water in my oil and pudding originally, because this here is broke. Water's rolling down here and was rolling right into this hole and filling up the crankcase, filling up all the oil capacity with water. That's what created pudding. So I wanted to get that resolved really quickly, but when I did, I pulled these hoses off. This hose was dry rotted, and it was creating a major vacuum leak here on this automobile. So I went and got some cheap hose clamps that I had in the garage, did all that, got it hooked up to the spacer or to the vacuum plate here on the carburetor. And guess what? When you go down the road and get on it, boo, boo, I mean, that's what I mean. She runs really, really good now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to replace my carburetor, put my other carburetor back on. Got a few issues with this carburetor. I'll take this off, hopefully, if I can. Well, I probably can't take it off. Maybe I can show you here. This is different. This is a knockdown gear. What it does when you accelerate really fast, it should hit this and knock it down into second gear. You see that moving there? That actually causes it to go from third to second gear when you accelerate. This one's not, the linkage or whatever is not right on it. So what I'm gonna do is take this off, put my other carburetor back on. Also in this episode, I'm gonna show you this ignition coil. I'm gonna show you this coil, and you will probably be amazed as I'm amazed that this coil has actually worked. But I got a new one, I'm gonna install it, and then we'll take Ole Puddin for a ride. I'll tell y'all what, that coil right there was built Ford tough. Look at that rascal. That joker took a licking. It's like a Timex watch. It took a licking and kept on ticking. But I'm gonna replace it with this one here, old Blue Streak. Take all these off, exactly the same, and get the old girl installed. Put it in there. There. I don't know if y'all ever do this, but I just sort of sometimes have to talk to the old car just to make sure it works like it's supposed to. Sometimes they just need somebody just to let them know who's boss. Ole Puddin's been its own boss for a long time, and I'm gonna try to make sure it realizes that I'm its boss now. Oh my! I have gas coming out there. That makes no sense. All right, I've got gas coming out of the accelerator pump. Which I don't know how in the heavens that happened, but I've got to resolve that before I do anything. All right, that's been resolved. Hopefully I've got gas up to it now. Let's keep firing her off and see if she'll crank. All right, too much there. Fire it off again. I think Ole Puddin's ready to run. Okay, I'm gonna rev it up a little. One of the best things of this old truck is listening to this. Listen to that. Woo, woo, woo. Watch this, folks. Watch. That's the way them old trucks supposed to run. I still think I might need an alternator. It's charging, but I don't like that the light comes on it. Let's get all my tools up. Oh no! All right, in another issue with Ole Puddin, I put the original carburetor that came on the motor and the truck back on it. I knew that it had a little bit of wobble in the throttle plate in the butterfly area there. It was actually letting gas leak out. I wondered if the reason I had to have it idled up so high was because of the vacuum leak initially. And the issue was no, that was not the case. So what I did is I went and got what I needed to make this carburetor, which is a 67 289 1.08 Venturi inside of it. This carburetor works fine. This carburetor works pretty good. Let me show you how good it works. I think I've got it tuned up. Let's see here. Let me hit my... I think it runs all right. So I'm gonna put the breather back on it and we'll take it for a ride. Air conditioner's on. I mean, the vents are open, no air conditioner. All right, brakes pull a little bit the wrong way. All right, here we go. All right, y'all, this building right here is the church that I pastor. Looks like the secretary is in today. Porterdale Baptist Church, there it is. That's where I'm officially reverend. They don't call me that. All right, got my green light. All right, there it is, Porterdale Baptist Church, Pastor David Wheeler, that's me. Let's see if it'll pick up. Oh, it didn't. Betsy. I mean, she wants to go now. She seems like she wants to rev it up. What do y'all think? Do y'all think I ought to go past the house and kind of get on it and just sort of see what she'll do? I think that's only fair. Is that only fair? I think that's only fair. I mean, it's no good to test drive a truck like to just drive it around old sleepy town. I mean, you want to get on it. So I'm gonna see if I can find a spot to get on it, and let's see what Ole Puddin will do. I mean, she's holding around 25 and just idling. I mean, just running just like she's supposed to. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go on down here and let's see what we can do. Hey, here we go. See if we can get on it right here. It's like 35. Yeah, she got a little pickup. All right, that's good. That's good. That's 40. Let's go on down a little bit. I mean, that's good. She's got a few whistlers. Just keep you awake going down the road. All right, here we go. Let's go 40. Well, knockdown gear still didn't seem to knock into place. Temperature's staying just about right though. All right, let's go here. All right, let's see. She just won't squall. This ain't squalling them. What is wrong with her? I mean, I'm wondering. Yeah, this ain't squalling them anymore. So maybe it's timing issue. Maybe it's carburetor issue. Maybe I'm gonna find me another old carburetor and pour a little bit more gas in her. 1.08, which is, man, it's running right now. I mean, she's running right. All right, y'all, I want to close out this video and tell you, not one, not two, not three, but the fourth carburetor that I got on this truck, boy, she's running awesome. I think right now, I actually have the timing set a little high because when I go to crank it up, it stutters and then fires. So I think I got the timing advance a little bit too much. But we're gonna get Ole Puddin back on the road before too much longer. I just wanted to close out this video by saying, hey, I think all the kinks, well, except the alternator, all the kinks have been worked out, and I think she's road ready. I got some plans that I want you to keep watching because I'm gonna work on her old body. I'm gonna put some new seals around all the windows. We're gonna get her really ready for the road. So we'll see you on the next one. And as always, I know no way of closing out any of these videos and saying deuces. May God bless.